Today I'm going to talk about shared hosting versus dedicated hosting. There are different types of hosting available. You can refer to my other videos in the description for more information. Hi, and I'm from Hosting 365 team, and remember you can always find the links in the description of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So without a further ado, let's jump right into it. In this video, we will help you to choose the best hosting option by explaining the differences between dedicated and shared servers. So, what is shared hosting? In shared hosting, several clients are hosted on the same server of the website hosting company. It can be hundreds to thousands of websites sharing same server. That means all websites share servers resources such as memory, CPU, disk, space, and bandwidth. It is similar to a building where each person occupies an apartment and everyone shares the resources offered by the building: concierge, elevator, swimming pool, etc. In an apartment, there is a risk of suffering consequences if a neighbor decides to use the building's resources inappropriately. If, like for example, he damages something, all apartment neighbors will be harmed. The same goes for shared hosting. If a customer misuses server resources, all hosted sites will experience instability issues or may even go offline. Therefore, there is a real risk that you will have problems with shared hosting because of misuse by neighbors, but this risk can be minimized by measures taken by web hosting companies. Secondly, you might ask how shared hosting works. On a shared server, your company's website will be hosted on a server together with other clients, sharing the same resources. This hosting option is suitable for small and medium-sized companies that have a website with low volume of visitors or applications that do not require so many resources. The advantage of shared hosting is its price, which is much cheaper than a dedicated server. This is because the server maintenance cost is shared among all website owners. Server administrative task is done by hosting provider. You do not need technical skills to maintain your website, and it is usually user-friendly too. Some of the hosting companies allow you to upgrade the hosting plan whenever your website reaches maximum limit of resources. This feature is called scalability. Now, what is dedicated hosting? This is the most expensive type of hosting, but it also offers the best performance and security for your website. In dedicated hosting, you own a server. For this reason, you can have full control over your website. You do not share the resources with other websites. Reliability. In dedicated hosting, the server is usually by only one client. This way, you can guarantee that the server will only be working for your site. This, of course, increases the cost of server. It is necessary to take in account that the server is normally shared with dozens or hundred clients. However, in the case of dedicated hosting, the cost is paid only by you. Customizations. Dedicated hosting allows you to have administrator access and customize the server whichever needed. In some cases, it is possible to choose the hardware components that are used in server. For this feature, you must have high technical skills, or you can hire a professional to do it for you. Superior performance. Dedicated hosting outperforms all of the website hosting types. With only one client using the server, there is much higher performance compared to shared hosting. The uptime score is usually higher in shared hosting. Uptime score reflects how often your site will be down or inaccessible due to technical issues. How dedicated hosting works. Dedicated servers offer greater processing power and resources usage. It is generally used by companies that need different hardware configurations or by the sites with multiple simultaneous accessing. With the power of dedicated server, you can deliver content to your users effectively and quickly. The hosting company needs to hire exclusive personnel to manage the server. Dedicated hosting requires a qualified professional to perform server administration, to take care of all configurations, administrations, and installations of security updates. You must configure and manage the server yourself. The hosting company is only responsible for hardware maintenance, such as replacement of parts. Main differences between shared hosting and dedicated hosting. Pros and cons. First of all, cost. In shared hosting, different companies that host their website on a shared server also share the cost, hence why it is much cheaper than dedicated hosting. Secondly, safety. In shared hosting, multiple websites use the resources of a single server. A breach of security feature features of one of the sites puts other sites on the server under the threat. Dedicated hosting is more secure as it only supports a single website that is free to implement its security features in the hosting environment. It gives you complete control of security features for website, thus it is more reliable than shared hosting. Thirdly, resources. Disk space, memory, CPU, and data are the four aspects of contribute to the hosting resources. In shared hosting, you can expect some reduction in the efficiency each of this element. This explains why websites running on a shared hosting service encounter performance-related issues. Fourthly, management. Shared hosting, it does not require any technical knowledge or skills to manage the servers. The hosting provider will do it for you. You usually get preset or existing settings that do not offer much of the customizations option. Dedicated hosting offers rich customization options. A person in charge of managing a website on a dedicated server can customize and configure settings including those related to updates. They can do this as per their business needs. And lastly, website performance. When it comes to website performance, server downtime is always an issue. Shared hosting is more vulnerable to these issues and dedicated hosting. In the first case, the site shares spaces. If a single site encounters a problem, it will also reflect on performance of the other sites. Dedicated hosting is free from such issues as all the features fulfill the requirements of single website. This aspect keeps you free from performance related issues and technical glitches, especially downtime. Now, let's take a look at top 3 hosting companies for shared and dedicated hosting. So first of all comes HostGator. There are 3 different plans of dedicated hosting. You can choose to pay monthly, 3 yearly, 6 monthly, yearly, 2 yearly, and even 3 yearly. The price shown at homepage is for 3-year subscription. Your plan will be renewed after 3 years. The renewal price is stated at the checkout page. Price will be increased based on which feature you added, operating system, and how do you want to manage the server, semi-managed or fully managed. After that comes Bluehost. Bluehost dedicated server plans are cheaper than HostGator, but you can see their resources are also lower than HostGator. For example, 4GB, 8GB, and 16GB of RAM versus 8GB, 16GB, and 30GB RAM of HostGator. Finally, we have A2 Hosting. Overall, among these 3 hosting companies, A2 Hosting offers the most powerful features of resources and greatest performance. However, it is also the most expensive one. Bluehost offers the cheapest dedicated hosting plans but with lower resources compared to HostGator. So we can conclude that dedicated hosting has an advantage over shared hosting. However, the benefits of each feature may vary from one company to another. You can think of which one is needed the most cost or performance. Shared hosting is best suited for small businesses or bloggers with low traffic. While considering the cost factor, dedicated hosting is suitable for medium or large organizations with complex requirements. Okay, so that's the end of the video today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. If you're looking for in-depth review for web hosting, you can visit our website in the description. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one, and until next time, peace.